A tech CEO's trip to California takes a bizarre turn and ends in a shocking discovery. To say that Erin Valenti was accomplished would be an understatement. She was a high achiever, graduating with honors from Georgetown University. She landed a job as a venture capitalist, where she headed a fund of $20 billion. She and her husband, Harrison Weinstein, lived in Salt Lake City, Utah, and founded Tinker Ventures, a software app company. Erin was the CEO. Things were going extremely well for 33-year-old Erin, and by all accounts, she was really happy. Business, personal life, all on track. Her nickname was Armageddon Erin. She was very much a go-getter, a force to be reckoned with. Specifically, friends spoke of how well Erin did under pressure in high-stakes situations. Colleagues said that Erin thrived when many would crumble. On October 1st, 2019, Erin set out for a trip from Salt Lake to Orange County. She was set to attend a business seminar called Create Powerful, designed for business owners. It was held near Laguna Beach. Associates said they saw Erin there, mingling with guests at a sunset dinner, in good spirits. During the trip, she spoke with family and expressed excitement about some new ideas for the company, and also said she was very much looking forward to coming home. That weekend, Erin stayed in California, meeting with friends and former Silicon Valley colleagues for dinners and brunches. But on the evening of October 7th, the night she was set to fly home, things took a really bizarre turn. That evening, Erin called her mom and told her she was leaving Palo Alto after meeting up with a former colleague. She said she was planning on heading to the airport, but then, bizarrely, Erin, wandering around outside, said she couldn't find her rental car. On the phone, she told her mom not to worry. She thought she parked her car around the corner and assured her that she would find it soon. Her parents, who were actually celebrating their wedding anniversary and were out to dinner, called her back a few minutes later to ask if she had found her rental car. And from here, things get stranger and stranger. They said Erin answered the phone, but wasn't making a lot of sense. She said she had located her rental car, but then started to become increasingly agitated and began mumbling incoherently. Erin then insisted that she just refueled the car, but it was out of gas. At this point, Erin's mom was growing really concerned for her daughter. This behavior was very unlike Erin, so she reaches out to Erin's husband for help. The two of them then begin a series of chilling exchanges with Erin over the next couple hours, hoping they could calm her down. But as the night rolled on, Erin sounded more and more agitated and erratic during these calls. She was talking extremely fast. During one of these conversations, Erin muttered, "It's all a game. It's a thought experiment. We're in the Matrix." And then Erin hung up the phone. After those final words, Erin's family could no longer reach her, and Erin never made her flight back to Utah, and her phone was off. Erin's family reaches out to San Jose police, telling them about the situation and how worried they were for Erin. They wanted to file a missing persons report, but police are wary at first. Erin's family provided police with the make and model of her rental car, her name, her number, everything they have. Days later, after no sign of Erin, police take a missing persons report but mark her as voluntarily missing, which means they're not going to go out and search for her. Over the next few days, Erin and her rental car were not turning up anywhere. All of Erin's family and her husband flew out, and they were looking for Erin themselves. They reached out to her cell phone company, Verizon, asking if they could pick up on anything. Now, typically, phone companies won't give out any information on a private account, except if it's court-ordered, but in this case, they did. They also find that there has been no activity on Erin's cards for days, which is a bad sign. Erin's family takes to social media in their efforts to find her, starting a Facebook group. But it wasn't until 5 days later, on October 12th, a passerby sees a car matching the description and calls it in. They finally found Erin. She was discovered on a residential street in San Jose, deceased in the backseat of her car. This was only 3 blocks away from her last known location. It was strange that it took 5 days to find Erin, as she and her car were out in the middle of a suburb. How did no one notice the car or Erin in the back seat for 5 days? When checking, the scene didn't suggest any type of attack. There was no sign of anything out of the ordinary. Many believed that an autopsy would shed light on what happened, but it really didn't. Through an investigation, the cause of Erin's death was determined to be due to natural causes, following an acute manic episode. This autopsy report has never been released publicly. I personally have never heard of anyone dying from an acute manic episode. Acute mania is the manic phase of bipolar I disorder. It's defined as an extremely unstable euphoric or irritable mood, along with an excess activity or energy level, excessively rapid thought and speech, reckless behavior, and feeling of invincibility, which did track with Erin's behavior that night. Very unstable, irritable mood, talking rapidly. But again, no one dies from this. This only added to the confusion, as Erin's family maintained that she had no history of any mental health issues. Erin was young, 33 years old. She seemed to be in excellent physical condition. She regularly hiked and skied. She also had no history with substance abuse either. The only thing Erin's family mentioned was that she did take a medication for a thyroid issue, but that was it. Many looking at this case instantly think, could her behavior that night, the strange events of her final hours, be the result of someone slipping her something? Well, her toxicology report came back clean as well. She didn't have drugs in her system. This case is one big mystery. Theories about what really happened to her have circulated since her mysterious death. Some looked at the convention that she was at that week, and many said it was rather intense. Maybe she suffered some sort of break due to the stress of it all. There's also been a question if perhaps the toxicology report didn't test for all drugs, perhaps missed something. There's also a million and one theories surrounding her final words, about being in the Matrix, which is very creepy, those final words from her. But to this day, what happened to Erin in those final hours remains a haunting mystery, and Erin's family have been left with no answers. This really is such a chilling case because here you have a woman at the height of her career in her life. How this highly motivated, smart, successful young woman passed away in such a strange and mysterious way is baffling, and I pray for Erin's family and friends. I gotta know, what are your thoughts on this case? Leave them in the comments. I always appreciate getting your take. And please let me know what cases you'd like to see next on the show. Next episode, I have even more mystery coming your way. Until then, I'm Avery Ross, and this is Avery After Dark.